Welcome back to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. I'm here at the Marketplace at the Shackleton booth with...
Max Thorpe, Head of Development and Expedition Preparation at British expedition brand Shackleton.
Tell us a little bit more about Shackleton. They're fairly new to Canada.
This is our first time at the Banff Film Festival. As I mentioned, we're a British expedition brand based in London. We're based on the values, the ethos and the life of Sir Ernest Shackleton, one of the great explorers of the last 100 years. And we do two parts to our business, I suppose. So one part is we have performance apparel, so kind of equipping people to go into these incredible environments, whether that be polar, mountain, desert, jungle, ocean. And then we also take people into those environments with our expedition experiences called Shackleton Challenges.
Amazing stuff. Off camera, you were telling me a bit about one of your experiences that ended up a little topside. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, yeah. So this was my entry into kind of the Shackleton world. I spent a lot of my 20s in the ocean rowing space. With the goal of trying to row across the Atlantic Ocean. And I attempted that twice. The first time was back in 2017, and me and my rowing partner, Chris Williams, we had a capsize and a fire on board our boat.
Oh my God.
Which led to a pretty crazy rescue attempt by an oil tanker in a big storm, and didn't go very well. A few things went against us, but we managed to sort of scrape through that first experience. And I then decided a couple of years later to go back and take on the row again. No fires this time.
Amazing.
And we managed to cross and just slip under the world record to become the fastest pair to row the Atlantic. That was myself and Dave Spellman in 2019.
Amazing.
Yep.
So quite a traumatic experience the first time around. What compelled you to go back to complete your original journey?
Yeah, it's a good question. Probably quite a few things, but I think, for me, I just saw an opportunity to kind of rewrite my narrative.
Cool.
I didn't want to be defined by the sort of the worst case scenario.
For sure.
And I saw an opportunity to in my life to sort of redefine my path, rewrite my story, and I guess turn something that was very negative for myself and my family and people around me into something positive. So being able to sort of turn it on its head and sort of grab control of that and turn it into something really positive. And I guess that's why we go out and challenge ourselves in these environments, because it's the best way to kind of discover what you're made of, and it's the best way to find out your true potential.
I would agree with you there. What would be your biggest advice to someone who may be a little bit apprehensive about jumping on that first expedition, being someone who's experienced kind of the worst and came out the other side?
Yeah, I think that going out and exploring in this world and going out and pushing yourself in the extremes is ultimately the most rewarding thing you can do. It's an incredibly human thing.
For sure.
This world is becoming less and less human in many ways, and so particularly going to places like Banff, you get to uncover more of the human stories, and
For sure.
That's a lot what we're about with our brand. Shackleton is about human stories and human nature, human exploration. So I'd compel people to accept and commit to the idea that going out and pushing yourself in the extremes is ultimately the purest form of experiencing the world, and ultimately will lead you to a really fulfilled life.
I would agree with you there. Very well said. What would you say is your favorite part of the festival so far?
Favorite part of the festival? Oh, well, look, I'm an absolute sucker for a comeback story. And we were at the snow show the other night, and we watched the documentary with Kai Jones, the skier,
So good.
who had this horrific injury, and his journey to sort of bounce back 12 months later was one of the most stunning things I've ever seen, if I'm honest.
Absolutely. A great story. You should all check it out. If you can't get here tonight, it's the last day. You can always jump online and get your online festival pass, which I think commences on the 12th of November. You have access to every single film that's been presented here at the Banff Film and Book Festival throughout the whole time. So make sure you get that now. My name is Daniel Rudel. We'll catch up with you soon.